The various, multifaceted tasks and activities of an organization have to be divided into smaller, manageable components. This is required to facilitate efficient achievement of business objectives. Internally, an organization can be structured in many different ways depending on their objectives. The internal structure of an organization will determine the modes in which it operates and performs. Let us understand how we can use different business structures to effectively run the business operations and meet other business objectives. What are the different types of internal organizational structures? Although the management may choose any kind of internal structure, we will focus on the commonly used business structures across corporate businesses. Some common ways in which organizations differentiate their components are: 1. Horizontal or flat organizational structures. 2. Hierarchical organizational structures. 3. Functional organizational structures. 4. Divisional organizational structures, which can be market-based, product-based, or even geographic-based. 5. Matrix organizational structures. 6. Network organizational structures. And 7th, team-based organizational structures. Now let us understand each one of them in detail. Organizational structure allows the expressed allocation of responsibilities, as it creates and enables different functions and processes. It becomes easy to define who will be doing what, the roles, responsibilities, etc. They also help drive efficiency and flow of communication. Internal structures help define the distinct functions for each different entity, such as the branch, department, workgroup, or teams and individuals. Management can now set specific goals for different entities. These internal structures help to target the right communication to right groups. For a small business with a handful of employees, having a flat or horizontal structure is often the logical approach. Flat organizational structure is an organizational model with relatively few or no levels of middle management between the executives and the frontline employees. The goal of this type of structure is to have as little hierarchy as possible between management and staff-level employees. The staff-level employees usually report directly to the business owner without a formal management structure. The span of control is wide, with each management level controlling a broad area or group. Managers are given significant authority to make business decisions with little to no involvement from the top. In flat organizations, the number of people directly supervised by each manager is large. The number of people in the chain of command above each person is small. One of the main features of this structure is effective communication. This structure supports better communication and relationships between different roles. In a flat organizational structure, employees have increased involvement in the decision-making process. Simple, faster decision-making results due to shorter chain of command. Due to its simple structure, it offers relatively better ability for the business to change and adapt, and results in lower operational costs. The simple or flat structure is common in small businesses. It may have only 2 or 3 levels, and people tend to work as a large team, with everyone reporting to one person. It can be a very efficient way of working, with clear responsibilities, as well as a useful level of flexibility. The biggest drawback of this structure is scalability. It does not support scaling up with growth. This structure can hold back progress when the company grows to a point where the founder or CEO can no longer make all the decisions. Hierarchical structure is typical for larger businesses and organizations. It relies on having different levels of authority, with a chain of command connecting multiple management levels within the organization. It will usually have one chief executive at the top, followed by senior management, middle managers, and finally workers. This structure gets wider as you move down. Often, the number of managers in each level gives the organization the resemblance of a pyramid. As the organization grows, the number of levels increases, and the structure grows taller. In this structure, employees' roles are clearly defined within the organization, as is the nature of their relationship with other employees. This is a tall organizational structure, where each level of management has clear lines of responsibility and control. The decision-making process is typically formal and flows from the top to down. Two popular types of hierarchical organizational designs are functional structures and divisional structures. In a functional structure, different functions such as marketing, production, finance and accounting, HR and personnel, and so on, are separate. Each function is led by a senior executive who reports to the CEO. This can be a very efficient way of working, allowing for economies of scale, as specialists work for the whole organization. However, there's a danger that functional goals can end up overshadowing the overall aims of the organization. And there may be little scope for creative interplay between people in different teams. Hence, there should exist clear lines of communication and accountability across the functions. Second type of hierarchical organizational design is divisional structure. In a divisional structure, the company is organized by office or customer location, such as North Division, East and West Division, and so on. Each division is autonomous and has a manager who reports to the CEO. A key advantage is that each division is free to concentrate on its own performance, and its people can build up strong local links. However, there may be some duplication of duties. People may also feel disconnected from the company as a whole and enjoy fewer opportunities to gain training across the business. In recent times, rigid departmentalization is being complemented by the use of teams that cross over traditional departmental lines. As a result, two types of organization structures have evolved: matrix organization and the network organization. Matrix structure is actually the combination of any two or more structures, explained earlier. This is the structure that is now adopted by most of the multinational companies. In a matrix context, for example, we can have a functional structure and then assign a manager for each product. It will result in some employees having two managers, functional manager and a product manager. Matrix structures are often a natural progression from functional or divisional structures, as firms seek to gain the advantages of each. Main features of matrix structure. This type of organization may combine both functional and divisional lines of responsibility, allowing it to focus on divisional performance, while also sharing specialized skills and resources. It is usually created for leveraging the best of the two worlds, skilled services of a functional man, as well as the specialized knowledge of a product or divisional man. Large turnkey projects in specialized fields require a matrix structure. The distinguishing characteristic of a matrix structure is that it operates under a dual authority. In a matrix structure, people typically have two or more lines of report. A person is accountable to two bosses at the same time, one his usual boss, and the other his boss for the duration of the project. Obviously, the problems emanating from this type of structure relate to conflicting roles and authority arising out of an ambiguous demarcation of authority and responsibility. The newest and most divergent team structure is commonly known as a network structure, also sometimes referred to as lean structure. This structure has central, core functions that operate the strategic business. It outsources or subcontracts non-core functions. When an organization needs to control other organizations or agencies whose participation is essential to the success, a network structure is organized. In this, the main organization creates a network of relevant agencies, and it influences in different ways. A network structure has little bureaucracy and features decentralized decision-making. Such an organization works like an advanced computer network, where many autonomous organizational units interact with each other and the external world to deliver outcomes. Goals and strategy is set by central management, but their involvement is limited to building on the capabilities of network units and monitoring progress. This structure is very flexible, and it can adapt to new market challenges almost immediately. Flexibility is one of the main reasons why firms pursue network organizational structure in the first place. This allows them to change its production techniques, quantity, products designs, or stop the production completely without facing any major problems. A network structure is meant to promote communication and the free flow of information between different parts of the organization as needed. Managers coordinate and control relations, both internal and external, to the firm. A social structure of interactions is fostered to build and manage formal and informal relationships. The goal of this structure is to achieve rapid organizational evolution and adaptation to constantly changing external and internal environments. But there's an almost inevitable loss of control due to its dependence on third parties and all the potential problems that come from managing outsourced or subcontracted teams. The next structure is team-based structure. Team-based structure is a relatively new structure that opposes the traditional hierarchical structure. It is slowly gaining acceptance in the corporate world. In such a structure, employees come together as team in order to fulfill their tasks that serve a common goal. Team-based structure is essentially cross-functional teams that are self-managing teams to a large extent. They operate with a common, shared purpose and vision. This provides organization flexibility in terms of resource allocation. This structure drives clear accountability. Best suited for businesses where iteration and experimentation is required. Enables faster problem solving and decision making. Team collaboration results in higher productivity and performance. The key challenges for this structure is around career path definition. We hope you enjoyed this video as much as we enjoyed making. Complete course along with certification is available at www.technofunk.org. Please like this video, provide your feedback using our contact form and help us with your comments. If you like this, please share with your friends. Subscribe to our channel to get notified of new tutorials. And don't forget to press the bell. Thank you again for watching our video.